A galactic civil war spreads across the stars. From the heights of Coruscant to fiery Mustafar, to fight the evil empire, for people join the fray. These are the heroes of the Hydian Way.
Welcome to Heroes of the Hydian Way. This is a Star Wars actual play podcast, and we're playing in Edge Studios' Age of Rebellion system. I'm Ben, and I'm the GM for this adventure, and I'm using they, them pronouns.
Hey, I'm Erica Goodwitch, and I'm playing Nanala Gremian, she, her, colonist performer.
I'm Zach. I'm playing Chipperwit Dewlance, they, them, and they are a colonist doctor.
A little bit of time has passed since we last saw our Chatterfan and Mary Ellen heroes. When last we saw them, an early in the day performance in anticipation of what was going to be coming had just finished and sort of blown the socks off of everyone, at least everyone who was wearing socks. I'm thinking that a little bit later in the day that the orchestra, the band, is been given free rein. That everyone's as warmed up as they're going to be, and there's still a couple hours in between then and the evening performance. So you're released, but don't go far because things are going to happen.
Oh, so that was the warm up before the
That was the
rehearsal.
Essentially
Okay.
an advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
A little bit of a performance so that if you couldn't make it to the big performance, you could get a little bit of a show for it, but also...
This is what you're gonna miss.
Exactly. So a lot of other people are now, like, the entire auditorium is now sold out, and there's a little bit of standing room seating available. Yeah, it's still called seating. What I'm feeling is that the convention itself is pretty in full swing at this point, where everyone is just going. Like, people have been let off of work, or actually no, this is sort of the weekend, so people aren't really at work, or those who are like working the actual place. So
It's prime time.
it is busy as all heck. I'm thinking that we go with Chip at the moment. So Chip has the data slate, the dagger, as I'm now referencing it this time, as I reference it properly, the dagger, and their coat. What I want to get is actually a cool check off of Chip on account of he sees something. And I'll describe what he sees after the average and a setback cool check. So
Average and a set-
Yeah.
Let's see what they see. Oh my gosh. Really? Every single time. A failure and a triumph. So this is later in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
This is later in the day. Yes, it is.
So I feel like Chip would have been home, but somebody, maybe they live in like an apartment complex or something, and someone had someone knock on their door, and it made them paranoid, and they left, and now they are back at the convention center because, again, extrovert. It's some weird thing they like to do. Be amongst people. I don't understand. Yeah.
You're a music lover.
They make it in time. Yeah. I mean, I think that with someone who hears everything like they do, they definitely appreciate good music. And they just happen to, at the right time, find their way to the convention center.
As you wander the convention center, as you wait for the evening performance to happen, you see in between the taller patrons there a person walking around in a hood with a neck shoulder piece.
Better not be that Jawa.
I did. You know, it looks a lot like that Jawa.
Like a coif or something?
Shoulder thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's a Jawa, it's a very ornate Jawa.
I got a bone to pick with you, or a stick or something.
Oh, but of course.
Why are you gonna mess with my coat?
We want to make sure you had everything.
Ah, so you admit it. You were the one who put the stick in my coat.
What stick are you talking about?
Don't play coy with me.
I would never play a fish.
Something's fishy around here.
All that we had wanted was to get back what was rightfully yours from Destiny.
So you did put... Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, well, here's your stick back. And I'm going to... Chip will walk over to them and try and, like, thrust it towards them, like, put it in their hand. Not point first, like, sideways. Like, they're not like, here's your stick back.
Okay,
They're
so
like
you're going more
presenting it.
skullduggery than melee. Gotcha.
yeah, or negotiate, or coerce, or something.
The hilt's pointed towards them and the blades along the inside of your forearm.
Sure, yeah,
Mhm.
that's an even better way to describe it. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still going with the skullduggery thing on account of you're still handing someone a weapon in the middle of a convention.
It's a stick. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Chip is just like, what is? It's a stick. All right, skullduggery. And what was the difficulty? Uh-oh. You monster.
The difficulty is going to be a red and a purple, but that's only because I actually did accidentally use a dark side point.
Accidentally.
I was meaning to just bring up what the Destiny pool was, but I don't remember to.
Can't let it go to waste now. Oh my gosh, how many times am I going to have wash tonight? Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, Dice.
So you go to give him the blade, and just as he is about ready to take it, it seems to turn into vapors.
Yeah, I've been up too long. I don't really want to see you again. I don't know if I can handle it. I think I've been awake too long.
Oh, but of course! If the Force does have a plan, or one of the machinations within, whether it be the sun or what have you, you might find yourself in need of this. So it might be a good idea to keep it and see where things take you.
I can't believe this. I'm listening to a dream. Okay, sure. Oh, great sage of the whatever. I'll take your stick and be upon my quest. I have got to get some sleep. Okay. Goodbye. And they will turn back away from this quote-unquote Jawa, questionable Jawa, and head back towards because the concert hasn't happened yet, correct?
No, the concert itself will happen in about an hour and a half.
All right, I will continue my way through, because am I on my way to the convention center? I'm assuming this is out in town that I'm running into this person.
Oh, I was figuring that you were at the convention center at this point.
Oh, so they're in the
Yeah.
Oh, so I may have to get a hold of security at some point. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm being harassed by this strange Jawa person with this knife.
Yes, I'm thrusting it. Like, there's a knife here.
They keep
Yeah.
sticking it into my pocket when I'm not looking.
Yeah, Chip is moving towards the back, slowly and cautiously, keeping an eye, constantly looking around to see if they're being followed. Now they're getting really paranoid. I probably spend too much time at the Professor Y stand, but Yeah, they're gonna make their way to the auditorium. Is that what we?
Auditorium, yeah.
Yeah. At this point, I think we're going to slip back to Lunala, who, has just been released from the rehearsal. It's like, go, relax, get a bit of food, and meet back here in an hour as we get ready for the actual performance.
With a lazy salute, Lunala heads off to see if she can find a Mary Allen booth with maybe some tea cakes, or that would be nice.
I'm going to go with yes. Like, one of the things that is here, there's an entire hall here of food vendors from different planets. Like, some of it's food vendors. There's someone here who sells Gungan pho, and there's like that sort of thing. Like, there's a lot of
Those poor noodles.
pretty much almost any kind of food that you can think of is here. There's even a entire section of it that is just different ways of having tip yip.
Ooh, interesting. Might have to check that out tomorrow. Right now it's the tea cakes.
So yeah, there's absolutely a Mary Ellen place that has tea cakes and several other things like that.
Excellent. Lunala goes and she gets herself a little takeaway cup with a milk tea and a little baggie with the cakes. And she chats with the other Mary Allens at the stall for a minute, because it's been a long time since she's been home, and they actually give her more tea cakes and like a couple of like baggies that so she puts them away in her bag to enjoy later. And she goes off, just sauntering around, looking around at the different sites and everything.
So at this point, I am going to spend my last destiny point for the moment. And I am going to have the two, Chip and Lunella,
Rescue Rangers
crossing paths at this point. Just sort of wandering around, crossing paths, and it's at this point where Nobdal Finn catches up with Chip again. And as my players and our audience are wondering, who the heck is Nabdal Finn?
Yeah, I was.
You see a tall orange Nikto. I have to use the Canadian term because, well, Canadian. This is a Nikto wearing a toque with a little pom-pom on top.
Yeah.
Some might call it a beanie, but no, toque through and through with a little pom-pom thing on top. Because, well, it's still
Rather
cold out, and this is
looking,
a warm weather Nikto. So they're dressing overly appropriate for the weather. And they're stalking through the convention center and looking around. You can see that they're looking, and then the Nikto spots Chip and then pretty much stalks over. Like, still, they are not graceful. They're moving at a decent speed, but they're not, it's not zombie, but they're not going like a normal person. It's kind of halfway between.
Like someone who's just been stabbed in the back and maybe a little stiff.
Yeah, and they have definitely self-checked out of the hospital. So, yeah, they're sort of stalking their way over to Chip.
Has Chip noticed them yet?
I'm going to go with... Yeah, all three have noticed each other. Like, just sort of walking around, there's a brief calm in the swirling mass of people that is a convention center. That there's just a small area of seating that the three of you have now entered. Again, this Nikto is coming over to Chip. Thankfully, this time without the extra cutlery. And comes over to Chip.
You're not bleeding again, are you?
Whoa, no.
Are you supposed to be out of the hospital right now?
Probably not. But can you get a message to Sepha?
Azee? What? I don't know how. I mean, maybe. I haven't spoken to him in years.
The wandering star's after him. After everyone on that ship.
The what?
The wandering star.
There's a star chasing them? That doesn't sound logical.
It's a gang.
Hey, I know you. Hey, Lunala.
Nope. No idea.
No.
Walk away.
No. You're not getting. No. I'm not going to run into both of you two at the same time again and not make sure you're involved in this. You get over here. It involves your sibling.
Manala walks over.
Wow, that sounds like something versus cool. Any sort of a role was going to be.
Like, apparently someone's after them. I don't know if I can get a hold of my friend, but maybe you can get a hold of your sibling and we can tell people that something's happening. Warren, I don't know what wandering star. Does that mean anything to you?
Does it mean anything to me?
I don't know. It's just what they said.
I don't. I've got Norn's contact info. I could send them a holo. I don't know if they'll answer because the signal can be kind of unreliable. They're kind of all over the place all the time with this job.
With the naming of Wandering Star, if I could get a knowledge underworld, knowledge core worlds kind of a check.
I got core worlds. I've got streetwise too.
Oh.
Let's see. They're all the same roll, so.
Whichever skill you use does change what information you might get, but yeah, I'm willing to go for any of them.
I'll go with core worlds.
I'll go underworld. I'm a surgeon. I'm sure I've had my fair share of contact with an underworld of some sort.
Okay, for the knowledge-y ones, I'm willing to go with... Actually, yeah, I'm just going to go with 2 purple. It's not silly difficult for this.
Huh.
2 success and a threat.
I washed.
See, it isn't just
You're welcome, Zach.
Thank you for being the leaf on the wind.
All right. Well, I mean, the results do somewhat make sense on account of the doctor who has actually had a bit of experience in... There's no doctor who works in a hospital who doesn't have at least a passing understanding of the underside of society.
Right. People think that doctors don't have to talk to the police or anything. They'll just tell us whatever sometimes. They get under anesthesia or pain meds or...
I mean, sometimes just criminals will show up.
Yep.
Sometimes the victims of criminals will show up. All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this works out pretty well as a 2 success, 1 threat. On account of the threat is going to be 1 strain as you start realizing what's going on.
Oh, no.
The Wandering Star is a subset of Crymora Syndicate that is one of the 5 crime syndicates. The big ones.
So the Chimera Syndicate?
Crymora.
Yes,
Crymora Syndicate.
Wait. Wandering Star. Wait, you mean the Cremora system that splinter off the Cremora Syndicate?
Yes, that's who it is. They've got connections.
Why would they be after a rescue organization?
Is that all they are? No one who has me looking this deep into a crew would ever be just rescue.
I don't know. I'm going off of secondhand information.
Don't look at me.
No, I'm looking at you. You're the one that said you knew what they did.
Yeah, it's intersector rescue. They go out and they help people who need help. They've got a pretty good team. I mean, Norrin can definitely help anyone who ever needs help. But I really doubt that they would be involved in anything shady. They're kind of a stick in the mud.
So, like, someone who probably wouldn't, like, have the law after them or some crime syndicate, right?
Yeah, absolutely not. I think my sibling would die from the shock and stress that would put them under.
I mean,
They followed rules not out of a sense of that's what's right and what's good, but out of a sense of extreme fear of anyone ever thinking negatively of them or anyone ever like punishing them for putting a toe out of line. Like they are. I love my sibling to death, but a brave soul they are not. Nor a foolish one.
you need to go tell whoever your boss or whatever is they made a mistake and call that off or whatever. We gotta get a hold of your sibling.
There's nothing for me to call off. I've just been told to investigate people. Then there was the altercation earlier. And then that blade. That blade was something that the Wandering Star used far too often.
Blade, you mean this stick?
No, I mean the one that you
good.
and this fine bard removed from my back.
Oh, yeah. You should go back to the hospital. You know, maybe you shouldn't. We should go to the hospital. We need to make a call, and we can't use the public lines, and I don't want to use the lines in my apartment. But the hospital, just important enough a place to kind of have extra bandwidth, so to speak.
Why are you winking?
Well, wink it. I have something in my eye. Come on. If it's going to be a cheesy spy movie, may as well make a cheesy spy movie, right?
Well,
my whole day has been a spy movie.
A cheesy spy movie on a deadline. I have to get back for the performance in like 40 minutes.
I mean, the hospital's not that far. It's just the transit system here is really good. Like, you just gotta. There's a stop at the corner. I'm thinking about, I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes. One of the little transit shuttles we buy, and they just slow down a little bit, and you hop on and go.
Or we could just go in one of the back rooms.
I mean, like of the performance hall, I don't have access. I don't have access to the places in the performance hall.
Oh man, it's almost like you're with someone who's here as a performer. As
right,
Norrin,
but how are you going to get to
Norrin,
the
as
comps?
Lunala lifts up her like little lanyard with her ID.
Okay, I'll follow you. I still don't see how you're going to get us to like some long range comms room, but I guess I don't know the biz like you do.
Just come on.
Sorry, it's been a very long day. I haven't had any sleep yet. Somebody was knocking at my neighbor's door delivering noodles, and I thought they were coming for me, and I jumped out the window of the fire escape, and it's just... I know what you're going to say.
You need more than sleep.
And it's at this point with the I think you need more than sleep is when a single blaster shot rings out. Nabdelfin falls forward with their back smoking.
Lunala screams.
What is wrong with you? You can't keep it. You just keep collecting wounds. Oh. We gotta go.
Yeah, like tomorrow, and starts running.
Tomorrow?
Or yesterday.
I mean...
Running.
Yeah, next week. Let's go.
She starts running, and she like digs in her like bag and pulls out a short little tube and extends it.
We're running, not fight.
Just in case. It's better to have a weapon in hand.
Yeah, I have one too. And
So my self-defense, all of the self-defense classes I've ever taken have taught me.
The doctor's jacket doctor's coat opens, and there's a little tiny little Chandra fan holster on the tiny little Chandra fan chest. Yeah, I'm armed, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go waving it around. There's still laws.
There's a difference between your little blaster and my baton.
I suppose I can't conduct with mine. All right, lean on. Wait, I'm leading. Wait, you don't know where you are.
What?
I don't get shot at very often. I'm confuddled.
You're not leading. I'm leading.
Okay, well then.
You know what? You do what you want. I'm going this way.
They just follow. So you know where the comms are? The best exasperated sigh. It's got to be a genetics thing. They both sigh so well.
This could go decently for both of you. It could go horribly. Okay. First part of the running is going to be a coordination check.
Sweet.
Or athletics.
Coordination.
Same.
And this is going to be a 1 red, 1 purple check on account of giant amount of people. Like, everyone's still kind of looking out, which is the reason why it's not harder and why there's no setbacks, but there's still a giant amount of people, and some of them are in costumes that are somewhat impractical. Therefore, we're going with a red.
You said red, purple?
Yes, correct.
1 success and 1 triumph.
Oh my god, I washed.
Okay. I gotta say, the amount of triumphs that have been tonight,
It's
even
insane.
though so many of them have been canceled, like, this might actually be the first successful triumph that we've had all night.
I think it is.
But also, we've had a lot of failed triumphs, too. We've had
So-
triumphs tonight.
I knew I should have upgraded. God.
So Chip is somewhat overcome by the just crush of people around.
Mm-hmm.
Lunala has a success and a triumph. So what's going on with that?
Lunala turns to see Chip falling behind, and she grabs his tiny little hand and pulls him with her.
Whoa! Thank you. Wow, you are incredibly strong. That's amazing.
Am I incredibly strong, or are you incredibly small?
We're gonna go with you're incredibly strong because it sounds cooler for both of us.
You weigh about the same amount as my instrument. Anyway, let's go this way.
So you're able to make it to some of the hallways in behind the auditorium and the other venues where there is, like, there's still some maintenance personnel and a couple of performers and that sort of thing that are passing around. It's much less than a crush of people, but it's definitely more than no one. So what sort of place are you now looking for? Like, you're out of the main people, and as you were running away, you did hear the, not quite a stampede, but you definitely heard a fair amount of people starting to run away. You were definitely hearing screams of various species. This time the Nikto has probably expired.
We'll never know. I'm saving a light side point for the very end of this.
So the two of you have run off into the back areas of the convention.
I imagine there probably is like a little call area with like the hollow transmitting booths or whatever that can do long range calls.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense.
Okay, so this wandering star, this is a big deal.
I mean, the branch the crime syndicate they're part of is a big deal, and I don't remember. I just know that that's not good. It's not a good thing. You don't want crime syndicates, like splinter factions, coming after you. You know? I did not know they
Okay.
had these booths back here. That's amazing.
Well, yeah, you gotta communicate with people across wide distances. Anyway, um, a criff. That person actually died right in front of us. That's great.
We don't know that. I mean, they were stabbed in the back this morning, and then they came hopping down the street towards us. I'm convinced that they could be maybe like their back is like invincible as long as they just take the wound to the back. Whew. Also, they probably have a lot of like medical bandaging, like gauze and some sort of like something that like braces his spine to keep him upright. Like you don't just walk away from a stab like that, you know.
Sure.
And the drugs he's on? Whoa.
I mean, we're
Why am I
probably
thinking that at the moment that it is a long hallway? Like, these are large halls, that this is a long hallway, and I'm going to go with not even needing a roll, because at some point far enough down the hallway that this person is just walking. They look like they've got Nerf hide jacket and pants, or possibly chaps. It's too far away to tell. And they're just walking in a straight line. They've got aviators on.
Why does that sound so familiar?
They are probably a head taller than anyone else and are just very methodically walking. They do look to be some form of human with a somewhat blocky and uh, a little bit of a gaunt face, like a little pale. And
You know, only you tourists call it Papa's Chase. It's actually Papa's Chasse.
that's
But,
good to know. Would hate to look like a tourist.
Is this a commonly used hallway?
I mean, to get from point A to point B without having to deal with the conference floor, sure. Me and
Am I paranoid? Like, I just get a bad.
other Halacassette players were running around here yesterday and came across plenty of other people.
I don't know. This is just a creepy, long hallway, and I'm already on edge, and there's somebody walking towards us right now.
and as I say, this person is, I'm looking at maybe 200 feet, maybe 250, and they've bumped into someone as they are walking towards you, and they don't seem to care one whit. The person that they've walked past is like, hey, bub, what you doing here? Like, don't even say excuse, what? Don't even, and then gives a hand gesture to them as they just keep on walking.
I think I'm gonna go this way. And Chip begins to turn around. We shouldn't. We should go. Do you not feel that?
Mm-hmm. This really does feel like a bad hollow.
I'll tell you. If you just go with the feel that you're in like a spy thing, it seems to be the mood of the day. Is there another way around? Like,
Not really, because she looks around. I think maybe 50 meters back the way we came. There's a door to back onto the floor.
all right, yeah.
Let's go.
Following.
So yeah, we turn our back on this Terminator-esque human.
With constant over the shoulder glances.
Walking very quickly.
If I'm understanding correctly, you're saying in the back halls?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still in the back hall, but we decided to turn around and go back the direction that we came, to go maybe back out onto the floor away from this strange person who's giving us bad vibes.
This ex-Terminator.
Mm-hmm. As you turn and start to move expeditiously, it actually looks like you're pretty trapped for keeping out of the convention floor. There are the hollow booths for doing calls, but it's in the same basic hallway. There isn't all that much. There's a storeroom nearby, but beyond that, there's really just the storeroom, the hollow booths, and maybe an employee office down a short hallway. Otherwise, it's back the way that you came, which is outside into the convention itself.
Yeah, because we can't get to the hollow booths without going past this person who's very scarily walking towards us, right?
The hollow booths are in between the two of you.
Well, maybe we can get there first and then bar the doors.
Okay, I'm
And
sorry.
then feel very silly as he definitely walks past and isn't actually coming towards us.
Okay, I lied. It's not called Papa's Chasse. It's Papa's Chase. I don't know why I said that. I'm nervous. Let's go. If you think we can make it, then I can't. We gotta go. I'm losing my mind.
Yep, let's go.
I'm a doctor, not some kind of spy.
So we are speed walking. We are going faster than your grandma doing her power walks around the neighborhood, like towards this door.
We're flying as casually as we can while also rushing.
Hoping to get to it before he does.
So you're wanting to go to the hollow?
Yes.
Okay. In that case...
And then close and bar the door behind us.
Mm-hmm. That feels like it should be a roll. With the description of what you're saying, I can get behind it being a coordination roll.
All right.
Is that a group check or are we each rolling?
I can get behind a group check. Sure.
You should take a boost from me and upgrade it.
All right. Yellow, green boost.
Let me take that back. The other way that you're describing it actually makes sense for a cool check. Group again.
Oh. I've got 2 yellow there.
It's still yellow, green for me.
Okay, then you still want to upgrade to make it 2 yellows then?
Okay.
Or 2 yellows and a green or whatnot.
I mean, if you turn it into a group check, then that would turn it into 3 yellows.
Oh, if you upgraded it as a group.
And,
oh, that's right, because I've got 2 points and you've got 3 skill. Or I've got 2
attribute.
Skill, you've got 3 attribute.
Yep. And then that was returned into 2 yellows and a green, then upgrade into 3 yellows.
Oh, that's amazing.
So 3 yellows and a blue. What's the difficulty?
Versus, yeah, I'm probably going with they're not changing their speed at all. It's going to be a 1 red, 1 purple. There's no real other complicating factors for them.
Okay. A success, an advantage, and a triumph. So what they think that means is that we definitely get to the holocom room before this dude does. And we close the door and lock it in his face.
Can I have one of those grates that you pull down behind the doors? Like at a mall? Like the security grate?
Okay, I get what you're saying. Nothing quite so intense, but there is definitely there is a door, and in this case there's also a privacy screen that you can pull down.
Oh, nice.
So to the outside it just looks like textured glass window, and then someone's put a black bit of tarp or something behind it.
Gotcha.
Okay, the one question I've got is, are you in 2 different hollow wickets or what have you, or are you in the same one?
My mind has it as like one room with like a couple of different like stations at it.
Okay, and I was thinking like public phone booths.
I think either way, Chip would be like, "You make the call. I'm gonna stay here near the door just in case they get through."
Okay. Nunala is definitely not thinking about how big that dude was and how tiny you are as she turns and goes to one of the stations and starts typing in. Well, first she has to pull it up on her datapad, Norin's like current number, because she does not have it memorized.
As you're doing that, you hear the door outside, the door frame outside, give a protesting thump as someone hits it. It doesn't sound like with a weapon. It doesn't sound like an axe hitting or something like that. It just sounds like someone has punched it. And you hear a bit of, like a slight bit of bending or knocking as the door vibrates on its hinges.
No way. Our friend here hits hard. I don't know if you're within the noise curtain or not yet, but that's what Chip's yelling down the hall into the booths.
Maybe hide and use one of these booths to call the police or something.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Okay, yeah, so it's a good idea. And yeah, Chip will go on the opposite side. So if it's like a hallway with booths on either side, then Chip is across the hall.
Okay. Yeah, that works. I'm figuring, there's going to be like 3 per side.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be a fair amount. There's no issue in pulling up pulling up Norton's number or anything like that, but it is a mail forwarding thing that Lanella is able to get. It's not.
A direct line.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then I would have to talk to myself, and that's weird.
No, I really am figuring that it's just the very classic. Your call cannot be connected at this moment. After the tone, please leave a message and how the recipient may get back in touch with you. Beep.
Norin, I'm on Papa Chase for a thing with the conservatory, and weird things are happening here. I hope you're doing well. There's an organization called the Wandering Star that's apparently after everybody on your ship, which sounds kind of dumb and nonsensical since you just work for like a rescue organization. But yeah, thought you should know that. I'm gonna go now. Love you. Bye. Hang up. And I'm gonna hunker down in one of the other booths with my baton.
So you're Scooby-Dooing.
Yep.
You just go into a different door on the other side of the hallway. Clever. Chip's trying to call like the police or security. I think he tries to call police. They keep sending him to like event security, and he doesn't know where or they don't know where they are. Chip is just like, I just some hallway. Like it's somewhere in the back hallway. Phones, hollow booths. And I don't think that they're getting anywhere.
I mean, that's fair. So at this point, I think that what should be happening is there's a half-height service hatch that is on the back. You had been in the performers/maintenance area. Then there are also utility corridors where like wiring and plumbing goes. They're very not nice, but they are a place. And the hatch going to that opens up, and this blue bunny rat kind of being shows up and pokes their head out. They've got a headband on that has 2 lights on it that are shining out.
What?
What?
What? Are you
Yes,
the Jawa?
come with us if you want to live. The order takes care of its own. Come with us and we'll get you free.
This is not the weirdest thing that's happened today, apparently. Alright, seriously, it's just we should just go with the flow at this point. What are we doing?
I take it the door like goes again.
Yeah. It is being punched again, and yeah, you hear the reverberations. It actually sounds like it's getting a bit looser.
That's a bare fist.
How could it be a bare fit? Well, maybe they have like some sort of cybernetics. I don't know. Yeah, no. Going through the hatch sounds like a great idea. Let's go. Up into the vents.
Yay, squid.
Yeah, like this one is actually close to the floor. And as you go through it, there is the very classic, like, an entire wall's taken up by the different piping going through, several having symbols that are very easy to discern, and very much you never want to touch those pipes.
Oh,
I mean, it's a multi-level place. Things have to move.
yeah, and they have to accommodate creatures of all species.
Pretty
Well,
much.
of many species at least.
This is a very tight fit for me, huh?
Uh, I mean, so one general human variety, I'm going to go with yes, but not like you're able to move normally, but there is you would not be able to go around someone, especially not without rubbing against the pipes.
It's fully
Right.
utilitarian, like
Mhm.
access hatch or path.
Once you get through the hatch, you're able to stand up. Yeah, it is tight there. As I say, the Order of Anya takes care of its own. At least as much as we can. If you take this passageway all the way and use the right exit, in the loading dock there is a speeder that's ready for you to go. It seems that this group knows who you are and might be, nay, seems to be going after you to close up some loose ends.
Where are we supposed to go? She's got a performance. I've got to sleep. Please let me sleep.
If you want, you can try to make it to the performance, but that one, thump, is not the only one around.
Only one of what?
Well, that one's human from some place called Australia. Yeah, some weird place. And they've got others, like a Duros that I've seen. There's some Nyctos of their own, not just the one with a crater in their back. They even have a Weequay, a very flamboyant Weequay, yes. I mean, you are going out in public, and that's relatively a safe place to be. Well, normally. Are there any loud drum parts? Cannons? Turbo lasers? Blaster fire?
No.
Hmm.
Horns, stringed instruments, and wind instruments.
Oh.
I know my way around a chemical cabinet. There could be loud booms.
I don't think spur of the moment homemade explosives are a great idea. Or maybe they are.
Could just flash.
Some pyrotechnics. Very flashy, very distracting. No.
All right.
I don't know. If I
don't have time to run to the hospital.
miss
anyway.
this performance, I can kiss any chance at second chair goodbye. Never mind, first chair.
You perform. I'll keep a lookout in the crowd. I mean, I'm not going home. I can't go. If they know who I am, I'm not going back to my place right now. Kidding me?
Yeah, and I wish them luck trying to infiltrate the Thede Conservatory.
I just use Streetwise as urban survival, so
yeah,
I'm wanting to get let's just go with a average Streetwise check for finding your way through the ducting.
So that's 2 purple.
Yeah, correct.
We still have all 3 lights on? No, we have 2.
You have at least 2.
I'm gonna use one. No, I won't. I won't use one.
Wash.
Why not?
Because we might need it. We're not quite there yet. 1 successful advantage. Doesn't seem like the roll for it yet. And I gotta make sure our Nycto friend makes it out of this alive.
Yes, because I have been so stingy with the dark side points.
That's fair.
All right, so between the three of you, you're able to find your way to a hatch that you have to go down and then up and into this weird half-level place where you need to crawl a bit. But then you're able to find a hatch that takes you right to the backstage area. Yes. And by backstage, I mean like just behind the curtain of the backstage.
And it's like just about time to.
Yeah, at this point, it is just about there.
All right. Lunala, like, gets out there. She's all in a rush. She's got some sort of, like, her hair in their braids has come undone. So she just, like, shakes them out and has her hair loose. And then, like, ties it, like, does it real quick up in a bun and sticks a pin through it. She's like, okay. All right, I should be fine over here. And she nods to Chip and the strange force cult person.
Fracture a femur.
You try not to. And she goes and sits down in her chair and starts and picks up her instrument and like smiles, beams charmingly at any weird looks that she gets for her rush. But she's not the only one.
Yeah, I can go with that. You're up there, and okay, I do want to get another performance check. This one is going to be a longer performance, so I'm figuring that is going to be a 3 purple check on account of, yeah, it's a longer performance. I'm going to turn that, I'm going to upgrade it with my last destiny point on account of it feels like it should be a very hard thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely.
So yeah, it'll be a 2 purple, 1 red.
All right.
Check.
I'm going to go with my boost for rehearsal.
Absolutely.
So you said red and 2 purple.
Correct.
And then we have the V for automatic advantage with my
Correct.
high quality instrument.
High quality H2O.
Yeah. 2 successes. Does an automatic advantage get canceled out, or?
I'm going to go with, yeah, because there's 2 threat on the roll.
Okay. So 2 successes.
That's with the upgrade also?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, 2 yellow because it's a coordination, so it would be 1 yellow, 2 green without my flipping of the light side point.
Yeah.
Sweet light dice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the performance ends up being absolutely amazing. That it's definitely going to be something that, like, the cultural writers are going to be writing about for quite a long time. They just love it. As you finish, the conductor, it looks like he has eyes on Lunala. He's watching and smiling. It looks like super emotional in how he's reacting to everything. And if anything, it kind of looks like he is swaying a bit to the actual part that Lunala is doing.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like he is super in tune with what she's doing. The group is directed to rise and take a bow, which, of course, everyone does. And it's at that point where Lunala is able to see not that far because of the bright lights that are illuminating the stage,
Mm-hmm.
which the thing that Lunala is really able to see is the Faux Jawa is now there again, just in the area at the front of the stage. It looks like they're just peeking up over and taking a look. Like they're trying to keep an eye on where Lunala is.
What's the name of that Muppet that's a rat? Not Muppet.
Rizzo?
But yeah, Rizzo.
Oh.
No, it is Muppet.
Yeah, it's a Muppet.
That's 100% what I'm visioning for this guy.
I mean, they're a bit taller, but okay.
Yeah, 100% envisioning Rizzo. He just kind of gets like a little like line in between her brows that anyone who's familiar with Norn would know is a permanent fixture on their face. But she keeps her congenial like performer smile on as she bows with the rest of the orchestra.
So they're making a hurry up motion to Lunella, and throughout the performance, where's Chip?
If we were backstage, Chip probably stuck around backstage, and they're in their coat. So if anyone like would question them, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm part of the hospital staff. We're taking volunteer shifts to make sure everything goes smooth," kind of stuff. That they just kind of casually lie their way into being able to stay backstage, but somewhere where they could, peek at the audience.
Okay.
Whether it's like one of the far edges or if it's like between two layers of curtains. Randomly, a giant eared Shadowfan head pops around the corner. No, they'd stick to the shadows. They wouldn't just like ruin a performance.
As everyone rises from the bow, the conductor turns bows along with everyone, and then releases the players, the band, to be able to go back into the curtain itself comes down, and then the performance itself is over. At which point, somehow, the faux Jawa, the Fawa, runs over and to Lunella and is standing in front of Lunella, but is now looking around for Chip. And it's like, okay, we really need to go now. If you get in the land speeder, you'll be able to get away and at least lay low for a few days now, don't you know?
Oh, that was amazing performance. Your orchestra is amazing.
Thank you. You should really take that land speeder. I should be fine so long as I stick with everybody here. And like, we're going back to the conservatory tomorrow.
Well, suit yourself. It was fun. For the most part.
It's a very strange definition of fun. Finding yourselves in near danger.
Well, it's exciting. All right, well, stay safe.
Do my best. Bye. Bye.
All right, then take us to the. Are you Joe? Let's go. Where's the speeder?
Oh, right over here at the loading dock. You see the symbol up there with the hover truck and the droid? It's off in this direction.
Yep, following.
You take transit, don't you?
Yeah, all the time.
You have no instinct on how to get around the places, do you?
I've never driven a speeder on my own.
This is going to be fun to watch.
That can't be that hard, right? I mean, I play a lot of Sims.
Yeah, Lunala watches them go and then just rejoins her troop and makes sure that she is always in the center of things.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Heroes of the Hydian Way. You can find show updates at linktree/The Hydian Way, and you can find me, Ben, on the socials at Deuterium Ice.
You can find me, Erica, at goodwitchstudios.com and linktree/Erica Goodwitch.
You can find me, Zach, Linktree, Tales of the Outer Rim, and guest GMing for a season of Tales from the Great Library.
And we're all at thehydiandway.com, where you can find previous episodes and previous seasons.
You can find more episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube Music. Plus, you can help us out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing.
You can holocom us at heroes@thehydiandway.com, and you can find merch at tpublic.com/user/thehydiandway.
If you like what we do and want to support the show, you can find us at patreon.com/thehydiandway.
Or you can send the team some calf at kofi.com/thehydiandway.
Can't let it go to waste now. Oh my gosh, how many times am I going to have wash tonight?
All of the times. All of the times, Zach.
I can't.
This is more wash than a Firefly episode.
It is.
Weigh about the same amount as my instrument. Anyway, let's go this way.
Not sure whether that's a
I don't know how to
instrument.
feel about that. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, okay.
I'm saving a light side point for the very end of this.
That they're wearing a luck vest?
The hand just raises up towards the end of the rain, and it's shaking, and then it cuts to black.
Because then I would have to talk to myself, and that's weird.
I mean, it's weird, though there is a tiny bit of the GM/producer side that makes me want to do it. But...
I was going to say, I don't know. I make my players talk to themselves when they create NPCs they want to interact with. I know that's not what this is, but whenever they... Oh, yeah. I'm excited about it.
I said that knowing full well that GMs have to do that all the time. Us GMs have to do that all the time.
See, yeah, like, it is one of the nice things of doing a show like this with 2 GMs, but...
3.